was a large proportion of souls of Masonic and fraudulent shepherds full of greed. In hell I saw the soul of T.B. Joshua and Billy Graham among others. Thousands of pastors of Brazil were there in hell, like Santiago, Duke Napoleon, Angler Hawk, Augustus, Nicodemus among others. I'm addressing you this way because the soul of the greatest pastor of America is in hell. I asked you, do you know why he's there? And for what reason? I was in hell visiting when the Lord told me, I'll show you something. Immediately I saw Billy Graham when he was still alive on the earth during the years of his life before death. In fact, I saw a smoothboard above his head upon which was written Masonry. I realized that he was no longer in the truth and he was no longer preaching the truth. Then I saw a principality with two hands holding the left and right shoulder of Billy Graham. He was whispering on his ear, so that he would speak his words to deceive the people with heresies. I asked the Lord about the principality whispering to him. The Lord told me, Emery, wherever Billy Graham was going to preach, in every place he put his feet was an army of principalities that came. Demons were attracted, for they like the type of gospel that he was preaching, which is not the true gospel. You must tell men to get the truth and the true gospel and repent from their evil ways, otherwise they will never see my face because I am holy. When the Lord saw him in hell, his anger ignited against what these principality had achieved through him, for they won thousands of souls through the wrong gospel of Billy Graham. In hell I saw that Billy Graham had a throne which was like scarlet and the edges of the throne had been colored purple. He was mocked and treated as emperor in hell. He had a crown which was black and red, but the crown that he was wearing was filled with fire, which was burning him. When this man of God saw me, he was crying a lot more. He said, tell men to get the truth. I was in error in terms of grace. I did not know that preaching only grace will land me in this place. Billy Graham fell in this place because he failed to tell the church and humanity that sins were nightmare for God. He failed to warn against the gravity of sin and the punishment of sin. Jesus said, as he failed to confront sin, he became friend of the world and could not see the glory of my Father. At that moment I saw two demons, one similar to an ox with bull horns holding him. He took his hand from his body and he threw in the fire that burned it. This man was cruelly treated in hell, far worse than a slave. The demons did not lashes at him, they cared for his flesh which they devoured like cannibals, and Jesus cried when seeing this. When he saw him in hell undergoing this treatment, Jesus cried bitterly. I asked, Lord, why are you in such pain? The Lord said, he was very precious to me, but now there's no more chance. He is trapped by the shackles of hell. I cannot rescue him, for he is already sentenced and I have no legality. I asked the Lord, what has he done that separated him from you? Jesus told me, in one of his meetings with U.S. presidents, he joined Freemasonry by breaking the alliance that I had with him. Moreover, he did not talk about me as I really am. He talked about me as love only. He failed to talk about the fact that I am also judgment, for I will strike the earth with fire of judgment. But at the moment, every time I look at the earth, the wickedness and the sins, I remember the sacrifice I made for humanity on the cross. I am in pain and tears because I died for this man even though he is a sinner. But now there is no more chance. At that moment, the Lord said, this arm of Billy Graham that is being inflicted with pain is the very arm that Billy Graham signed the agreement with Barack Obama to join Mason Brotherhood. In this very arm he has been tortured with sulfur and fire, through which he had signed to join Manson Brotherhood. He was in the dire which left his nostrils and his ears. In fact, while he was in pain I heard a noise of horses, like the coming of a rider. It was actually a demonic knight coming to torture him. I saw like a demon knights that tear off the right arm of Billy Graham, which had signed the Masonic covenant. The demon knights ripped off the arm and turned it into darkness and delivered it back to his body. The darkness of his arm had a smell of rotten flesh. The larvae came to burn Billy's right arm, and the spirit told me this is the same arm that Billy Graham made the agreement. Then I saw the name of Barack Obama in hell. He was among the president who influenced Billy Graham to make a deal on earth and join the Brotherhood of Manson in that meeting with American presidents. When Billy Graham signed that deal, his soul fell in hell. Then I came out of the vision,